Imagine a world where ordinary people, not just experts or elites, hold the reins at an art gallery, deciding everything from exhibitions to budgets. It's a bold idea that's sparking excitement and debate alike. But what if this radical approach wasn't just a fleeting experiment, but a permanent shift? Dive in, because the story of Nottingham's new art exchange, NAE, might just challenge everything you think about community involvement in the arts. And trust me, this is the part most people miss, the real power of handing control to everyday residents. Take Felix, a 20-year-old studying nursing. He walks past what used to be just another building on the street in Hyson Green's vibrant yet underserved neighborhood in Nottingham. Back then, he had no clue it housed an art gallery. Now, he's actively molding its destiny as part of a groundbreaking citizens' assembly. This isn't a one-off event. NAE proudly claims to be the global pioneer in permanently entrusting leadership to such a group. 40 diverse residents, representing a community where 52 languages flourish, call the shots on every major decision. They pick events, allocate funds, and select artists for display. Since launching, they've directed a substantial £285,000 in funding toward initiatives that truly reflect their neighborhood's pulse. For beginners wondering what a citizens' assembly entails, think of it as a structured group of everyday folks, chosen to mirror the area's demographics, who gather regularly to deliberate and vote on key matters, much like a mini parliament focused on local creative spaces. Sot Edine said, NAE's chief executive and artistic director, puts it eloquently, without everyday citizens and the community seated at the table, guiding the path and envisioning the future, we risk becoming just another run-of-the-mill institution. As the UK's biggest gallery spotlighting African, Caribbean, and South Asian artists, NAE sees Hyson Green as a cultural goldmine. They didn't want token input, they crave true co-leadership, where residents aren't just consulted but empowered to lead. One tangible example. A street-level gallery outside the building, meant to draw passers-by, was swiftly dismantled. Assembly members found it daunting and unwelcome, so funds shifted to revamping the cafe into a cozy hub that genuinely invites people inside. And when feedback highlighted the scarcity of Friday night hangouts, NAE launched social gatherings like poetry slams and DJ nights, packing in enthusiastic crowds. It's a clear win for community-driven tweaks. Said emphasizes the unyielding commitment, we stand by the assembly, it's not a buzzword or checkbox exercise. Ditching the street gallery seemed counterintuitive to us professionals, but once the assembly said no, it was gone for good. No ifs, ands, or buts, there's zero room for compromise. Adam Rowe, the gallery's executive director, flips the script on potential power loss. People often ask if I've been sidelined. Quite the opposite, I've gained more influence. Together, our collective wisdom lets us tackle what really matters, uncovering artists and performers we'd never have discovered otherwise. Citizens' assemblies aren't new to local governance, often used to tap into public sentiment on policy issues. But lately, they've infiltrated other fields, with cultural spots jumping on board. Just this past August, London's National Gallery unveiled a 50-person assembly from across the UK, set to influence recommendations refined by a smaller panel over 5 years. Meanwhile, Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery assembled a citizens' jury in 2024, yielding ideas like extended hours and spotlighting emerging young talent. But here's where it gets controversial, not everyone buys into the hype. Critics whisper that these efforts might be little more than superficial PR stunts, with top brass treating them as mere engagement gimmicks rather than genuine power sharing. Is this true democracy in action, or a trendy facade that fades once the novelty wears off? And this is the part most people miss. Could handing over control to untrained residents lead to impractical decisions that undermine an institution's expertise? Yet, the NAE experience pushes back against the doubters. Lily, a 21-year-old fine art grad, sits with Rudy, a 70-year-old ex-youth worker, and amidst initial doubts, skeptics wondered if it would amount to anything. I'm blown away that they followed through on our suggestions. Many assembly participants, weary of Hyson Green's reputation for crime, antisocial antics, and litter woes, despite its severe poverty, see this as a refreshing change. Kathy, a retired local, using a pseudonym for privacy, shares her journey. I've been around long enough to be wary of flash-in-the-pan projects. This area's been sidelined for ages, and constant negativity can drain your spirit. Being part of this has energized me. It's been a real uplift. Said acknowledges the hefty setup costs in time and money, but the payoffs are undeniable. NAE's overall engagement has surged 22%, with visitors from global ethnic majority backgrounds jumping 48%. He's even crafted a step-by-step guide for other organizations to replicate this model. In these tough times for the arts, think of all the shuttered galleries. It keeps us vital, he notes. Our citizens ensure we are not just surviving, but thriving with relevance. So, what do you think? Is empowering everyday residents the future of cultural institutions, or does it risk diluting professional expertise? Could this model spread beyond galleries to, say, schools or businesses? Share your thoughts below. Do you agree with the skeptics, or see it as a game changer? Let's discuss.